Howdy folks, and welcome to ArcheRAGE. Now this is going to be for the newbies. Uh, because of ArcheRAGE Unchained, a lot of people discovered the game and they went into Unchained and saw how horrible it is, but they saw the potential for the game itself and are looking for a better experience, which is taking them either to the legacy server or here, the private server. Now, this is only covering the private server. The things that you see here will not be the same in the legacy server. Okay, we have increased rates, everybody's patron, everything on the marketplace is cheaper, so it's not going to be the same experience. In my opinion, playing on the private server is the best ArcheRAGE experience that you're going to find currently. There was another private server, but there's a problem with everything being for free. It doesn't work out too well. You kind of need a pay-to-win system in order to create a stable economy on any server. So, after you've downloaded or created your account, downloaded and installed the game, you go ahead and launch it, and this is how you know you're in the right place. You go ahead and connect. It's going to take you to your character select screen where you can see my main right up here in the front, but we're not going to be on the main today. I have created a Warborn, and as you can see, being level 0, I have not logged into this character yet. This will be the first time I've actually taken it into the game. Now, I did go ahead and mail it something from my main, but it's not any kind of boost of any kind. I'll show you when we get in there. Now, hopefully you have gone through and done the tutorial that brings you up to this point. Me personally, I skip it because I've done this enough times I don't need to, but keep your tutorial on. It will be helpful. I'm going to do a couple of things to start out. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new chat tab. I'm going to name it blank. And the reason why is because I'm not going to have any of the chat in here. We're going to go to the tab settings, and let's see here. We'll put system on there. Let's see here, and I think that's probably all. Well, no, skill info. Acquire and use info. Item info. Yeah, we'll throw that in there. Let's see here. I think that'll be it. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that part. And we'll leave all that the same. So now the only things that are going to show up in here is like my labor usage, acquired items, stuff like that. I'm also going to go ahead and create another one. I'm going to call it, can I do a space? Yes, I can. We're going to call it Alt All. Because you see the primary tab is all. We're going to do Alt All. Now the reason I'm doing that, I come over here to tab settings. I can do local, shout, whisper, trade, the party chats, raid, guild, faction, family, trial, and nation. And that's it. That way my chat isn't cluttered with information that I don't care about. So I will only see where other players are talking here. But I'm not going to have that on right now. I'm going to have blank on for recording purposes because sometimes people say some pretty horrible things and I don't want to record it. As you can see up here, I do have one unread mail that is from my main, and when I get to a mailbox, I'll open that up and show you. But I'm not done setting up just yet. I want to get everything set up before I even start, alright? So we've got your screen settings. This is basically your video settings. All that I already know is where I want it. So is my quality settings. Got everything maxed out. And people always asking me why it is that my video looks good. This is why. Is because I'm running max effects on everything. Sound, I have the background music off, and everything's at 2. So if it's still a little bit loud, I'm sorry about that. I have my actual speakers turned down so I can't tell how loud it really is. I didn't want that coming back through on the microphone. So there's that. Name info. I think all this is where I want it. Yeah. Let me see here. Yep, that's where I want it. Game info. I want to show the numbers. That's going to put the actual quantities, like where it says, when I hover over, it says health 370 of 370. It's actually going to put that on here, 370. So that'll be good. I want to show the damage breakdowns and school tips. I don't need to see my target of targets cast bar. That's unnecessary as far as I'm concerned. I don't care if people see my equipped gear, so I'll leave it there. The tooltip shows up near the cursor. That means when I'm hovering over here, that's where the tooltip is. Whenever I'm hovering on this, that's where the tooltip is. Okay? If I do bottom right of screen, it'll put it over here every time, even if I'm hovering over something up here. Little irritating. Insufficient bag space alerts, good thing to have. It'll put a number on your bag, and it'll let you know when you're running out of bag space. Do not close the tutorial if you're new. It's going to help you. You want that. The tutorial is very helpful on this game because it has a very steep learning curve, even for experienced MMO players. Alright. View frame rate, that's up to you. I don't use it. Don't ever use it. Damage heal info, how far away it is. So I've got it set at default 50 meters, which means that if this guy is doing damage to something right here, I will see the numbers for that. But if somebody's up there by that gate up there, I won't see that because it's too far away. I'll see that they're fighting, but I won't see the actual damage or anything. Quest details map display. I leave this down at 100 because it shows me that there's a quest right there in front of me. But if I push it up to unlimited, it's going to show me everything, everywhere in my map. And I really don't want all that clutter in my map. Let me shrink my mini-map down to small. Functionality. I like having auto-select target when using skills. What that does, if you don't already know, is when you use a skill, it will automatically target the nearest enemy in front of you. If the nearest enemy is a little bit behind you, they'll target that and spin you around. You'll be shooting that. You won't even be able to see what it is you're shooting at, so you have to spin the camera around. But it's helpful. I like having that. Skill deployment location. I like doing that one depending on the skills that I'm using. And what that is if my mouse is, if I have something that you activate the skill and then you have to select where it goes, like a ranged magic attack, a ranged AoE. What you can do is you can put the skill down here in your hotbar. You put your mouse where you want it to go, and just hitting the number will auto cast it right there. Okay, good thing to have. Double tap jump to deploy glider, very helpful. That way you don't have to actually hit the glider button every time, which is right here. Always shoot. Let's see here. These are all default. I like leaving them where they are. Always show loot window. I don't, because I'm a solo player, and there's no reason to show the loot window. I pick everything up. Disable travel through other players' portals. I leave that one off because sometimes somebody opens a port somewhere that's helpful for me. Alright. Showing default player appearances. If you are on a lower end computer and you're having trouble, like if you go into a major city and crash, you might want to activate this. You won't be able to see what costumes people are wearing, but it's going to help with your GPU's processing. Alright, so there's that. Alright, decline invites and requests. Me personally, I auto-decline duels. I am not a PvPer, leave me alone. Okay? I disable the chat filter because seeing all the garbled junk down there is annoying to me. It's more annoying than the actual profanity that some players use, so I leave that alone. Hide successful regrade notification. What that does, whenever somebody, I'm pretty sure that's the setting that whenever somebody gets like an epic or a legendary or a mythic, it puts this big banner up here at the top of your screen. So I don't like seeing that. Just because it annoys me to have that much stuff showing up on my screen. I activate all the shortcut bars. I like having all of them. Character controls I leave as default. Pet controls are usually context. I mean, it'll pop up and you right click the pet skills for them to auto use it. You don't need to do anything there unless you really want to. Game keybinds. These are your context menus. So, for example, right now, the use first interaction option is F, which means when I walk up to this guy, I've got an F right there. So I hit F and it automatically talks to him. Okay. That's what all these are. Camera controls. These are just to spin you around, spin the camera around different points of view. UI shortcuts. There's no reason to really change any of these, but come in here and take a look at them so you can see how to access different things, like your character info sheet. Okay. Also, in the character info sheet, a couple of things I want to show you real fast. You have the display details, which has a breakdown of all of your stats for attack, defense, and miscellaneous. Okay. So you can find all kinds of information right here. Then up here, where you have honor points and vocation badges, these are shops. You can click there, open them, and buy stuff with honor points if you have any, or buy stuff with vocation badges if you have any. Alright. Also up here, this little gear is your titles. So whenever you get titles, you can view your title list, which this character has none because it's a brand new character. And you can choose which title you want and which effect you want. Once you've selected those, you click apply and you close it. Okay? That's it. Easy stuff. This was the inventory, which opened up whenever I opened up a shop. It'll do that automatically. Shortcut bars. This is where we need to actually do some other stuff real fast. I need to come down here, and we're going to do a that and that. So I use a Red Dragon Perdition gaming mouse, which has the 12 buttons on the side. And I prefer that over using the actual number row that's up there above the keys, the alpha keys on your keyboard, because I can't stretch my fingers out that well. My fingers are getting stiff, they're old, they don't like to work right. So instead what I do is this bar right here, which is the bottom one, I'll put my clickables. So if I want things that I can click on to use, I'll put them down here, or anything that I'm using not in combat. Okay? Everything else is shift 1 through 11, and that's the side keys on my mouse. And then control shift 1 through 11, which will be the bar right above it. And then down here, we're going to have alt shift on one of these. Okay? And I'm not going to do anything for the fourth one because that's also going to be a clickable. Something there, I have things that are out of combat. So we're just going to do Control Alt Shift. Actually, I could probably do Alt Shift on the other one, and that way, just in case, I have that ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and set all these real quick. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that down here. We're going to do the Alt Shift on that. And let's do that. And a couple more. And we'll be done here. Oops, I accidentally hit my scroll wheel. There we go. There we go. That's all those. And then the Miscellaneous tab is just more keybinds. Take a look at all the keybinds, see what they are so you know what they are. Alright. Click apply. Yeah. If you want that stuff to stay, you want to restart your game. Which I'm going to go ahead and do right now, because if it crashes, it will reset everything back to default. So let me go ahead and set that real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, back in the game. Now, I am going to throw out there, whenever you log in, you saw how I zoomed in as soon as I came back in. That's because no matter what your zoom is set at, it's always going to go back. Uh-oh. Yeah, I accidentally got something in here. Let me fix that real quick. UI... Is it camera controls? Yep, that's the one I lost. There we go. Because remember, I accidentally scrolled down earlier. That's what happened. It took the keybind off somewhere else. Okay, so we already covered the character screen, the character sheet. Here's your inventory. Now, in your inventory, you're going to find that you have this supply chest. Go ahead and right-click that. Now, it does say day 1, 2, 3 on up, but you can keep opening it over and over again because you see how fast this thing is going around. They're trying to help out new players. So go ahead and equip that necklace it gives you. The other things you're going to find is you have a teleport book. Let me go ahead and click that out. You want to keep your teleport book handy. It's really a helpful thing to have. These are the Hereafter Stones. These are consumed every time you open a port. I can't even use it here, so I can't even show you what that looks like. Let me go ahead and open this again real quick. That just gave me the earrings and rings that I'm probably going to be using for quite a while. So we'll let that work on its... Actually, we'll let that work on its cooldown. Now, both of those can be found down here. There's your character info. There's your bag, okay? This is your quest log, all right? It has all of your quests, like your storyline quests are under race, and that's these green quests right here, all right? And your basic quests are all the yellow ones or blue ones, all right? That's where you can find those. There is an achievement book. There's your level-based and your general. If you're an achievement hunter, you can dig through that. Here is your skills window, which can be found under K as well. And so, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shift that up. I don't need basic shoot because I am an archer. I don't need that. I'm never going to use it. Never going to use it. Never going to use that. What is this? This is escape. Okay, if I need that, you can find that under basic, and it is right here. Okay, that's if you get stuck in the terrain and you can't get out. That will teleport you to the nearest Nui. It has a 30-minute cooldown, and it takes, I think, 3 or 4 minutes to activate. So it really wants to make sure that that's what you want to do. This skill is down here, which can also be found up here, recall. You want to put that somewhere near your teleport book. This will take you back to the last memory tome that you collected. Okay, I don't need a dance in here right now. This I can set off to the side for now. I've already got my teleport book right there. And here are my potions, health and mana. Nice and convenient. Do I have anything else in the basic skills that I want handy right now? It does not look like it, okay? But in the skills menu, again, this can be found with K. You have your combat skills, which you will, after so many levels, you'll be able to get the next skill. At level 5, you can get the new skill set. Level 10, you can get that one, okay? Ancestral skills, you're not even going to worry about until after you've reached level 55 and gone to Ancestral 1. So don't even worry about that for right now. Transform is something that dwarves and warborn have. Okay, I have not learned this skill yet. Can I learn it now? No, I can't. I have to have the garden gem, which is part of the storyline. All right, there's your basic emotes, there's your other emotes. Now, this has all of the different emotes that your character can do. Personally, I like the dwarf. I think it's a bouncy and fun class race to play. But they all have their different variations of the emotes. They all look slightly different from each other. The dwarf board that I just clicked on, you saw the warborn. She's kind of kicking at the ground. The dwarf squats down and scratches her butt. So it can be amusing. Let's see here. Flowers. I like having that one handy. And where is Wave? Wave is somewhere in here. I just got to find it. I know y'all probably see it already. There it is. It's at the very top. I like having these handy because it lets players know that I am not being hostile or aggressive or anything. Okay, that was the weirdest flowers I've ever seen. That's kind of amusing. But I do that to try and communicate with enemy faction players saying, hey, I'm just here. I'm not going to attack or anything like that. And hopefully they won't attack me. Rarely works, but I figure it's worth a shot. You can find the map down here or with M, same as anything else. Now, in the map, you can go through and check off all the different things that you want shown on your mini map and the world map. Up here on the mini map, you can do show icons, which here there aren't any. In this particular zone, the Queen's Chamber, there's not any icons to show. That's why there's nothing there. But whenever I get out of here and go to the next area, it will show the icons for everything. Mailboxes, the warehouse, all the workbenches that I can use, all that kind of stuff. Alright, Vocation, you click on this, and there's several options down here. You have the folio, public farms, and trade info. Now, I'm going to show you what those are. The folio can be opened with O. And just to give you a real quick look at it, this is your crafting. This is the craftable items in the game. Go to character, and you want to make a new chest piece for yourself. You want to make crafted gear. This is what you need to make it. This is where you need to make it. That's what level you've got to be in order to use it. Or to use that or to use what you're crafting. So I mean, it tells you all the information that you need to have. It tells you how much labor it's going to cost to craft it, how much coinage it's going to cost you, and it also shows you the next rank, all the way up to Aranor. Okay, that's for the crafted armor. There's also obsidian. And soul forged. Now this is plate, this is leather, there's cloth, there's vocation equipment, which we have Dawn's Drop. Dawn's Drop is a whole nother thing we'll get into another time, because you can't even use labor before you reach level 52. So that's what that part of vocation is. Now if you hit Shift O, this is your trade info, and again I will cover it later, but that's how you find that. Down here in community, this is something you're going to use a lot. If you click on hero, you can see your faction's current heroes. You can see the hero, how much leadership they have, and which guild they're in. Alright. You can also see candidate rankings, so who's candidate for the next election. The top 20 are the ones who are the automatic entries. Go earn your leadership, and once you've got 200, you can vote for the hero. Another part of community is if you hit Shift V, this is your community window. It has your friends list. Friends list in this game, you cannot add a friend without them knowing. If you add somebody here, they're going to get a pop-up in the middle of their screen saying that you are requesting to add them to a friends list. If they decline it, they're not going to be on your list. So you can't stalk them. I love that feature. You can't stalk people. There's also the block list. If you block players, you'll be able to see them here, and you can take them off your block list later if you wish. There's the family tab, which if you have a family, it'll unlock these other 3 tabs, which is the information about your family, family quests, and family members. There's also the guild tab, which once you are in a guild, it'll unlock these other 5 tabs, which is the guild's information page, guild quests that you can do, members of the guild, what permissions each rank has, and siege info. Alright, you can apply to guilds this way. Now this is only for guilds that are listed. There are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 listed here. There's probably like 100 plus guilds. So, just on this side. So, I mean, there's a lot of guilds, and if you don't like the options here, you can always go into nation chat or faction chat and say that you're looking for a guild and what you're looking for in a guild. Okay? Talk to the guild leader, talk to officers in the guild. Try to find out if the guild is a right fit for you. Alright, don't just join whatever guild you feel like joining. Actually talk to them, see if you're going to get along with them. Because you have a 24-hour cooldown if you leave a guild before you can join another one. This is the nation. This will show you which factions are hostile to which factions. So, we are Haranya. And it shows that Nuya, Pending Collapse, and Endgame are all hostile to us. Nuya is the west continent. We are the east continent over here. And then Pending Collapse and Endgame are both player nation. Okay? Which they are also listed here. Alright? That's where you can find all that fun stuff. Here you have the ranking information. It shows you who the top dogs on the server are. Alright? Based on equipment points anyway. So, if you wanted to, you could go through here, look, see if maybe there's a name you recognize. I recognize quite a few of them that are on here. But this is all the character ranks. There's also the guild ranks. So you can also look through here if you're looking for a specific level guild for whatever reason. You can find them and then try to contact them that way. Guilds are only listed in the guild ranking if they are active. Alright. An inactive guild won't end up on here. So if they're on here, that means that there are people at least playing enough to get the guild active and ranked on the ranking list. Alright. All these others, that's just other stuff. If you wanted to look at it, you can. No reason to shy away from it. We're just covering the UI. We'll get to actually questing in the next one. Sorry about that. Should have mentioned that to begin with. But I want to make sure people aren't lost whenever they come into this game. Because like I said, it's a huge learning curve for new players. Even for veteran MMO players, this game is not easy to figure out. Down here you have these 3 big icons. Okay, now the marketplace usually scares people because that's the cash shop. So we're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. We're going to take care of it right now. In the cash shop, these first 4 tabs are credits. Actually, no, the first 5 tabs are all credits. It's items that you purchase with credits, and you can get credits from the auction house, or through donating, or through winning forum events. Okay? Again, I want to throw it out there. I try to put it in every video. Go to the forums for this server. There are events all the time, and you can win credits. You don't have to donate to get credits. Alright? That's it. Underneath each tab, it tries to break it down as to what things are. But here in the main tab, this is the stuff that gets changed every week, which is the news section. So every week this stuff will change. There'll be something else tomorrow or Tuesday. There's the recommended, which is what this server believes is something that you should get with your credits. Building management titles, very helpful. Once you start getting into property, you're going to go through a lot of these. Specialization snowflakes, also very helpful. That's going to help you with your proficiencies. Now remember, proficiencies are in here under K, right here. Alright, that's the same window that your skills are in, just the opposite end of it. Proficiencies, again, can't worry about that until you're level 52 anyway, so it's not a big deal yet. But you will use a lot of these. These guys right here, the lunar, the stellar, there's also a solar, which is not on the second page. These are what's called the pay-to-win farms. And the only way you can get these is with credits. They're bind on pickup, and you can't sell them to other players even if they're placed. They are yours. You have one on your account. I'm pretty sure it's per account. Yep. Right there, the bright green. Can be purchased only once per account and can't be traded. Alright. I have all of the pay-to-win farms on my main, so this character will never be able to get them. Otherworld storage chest, another useful item to have. When it comes to these other 3 chests, alright, the Otherworld storage chest is only for you, and you can only have one per property. Okay? Nobody else can access it. Just you. These other 3, you can set the access level, whether it's you, your family, your guild, or public. But look closely at the details of these things on the tooltips whenever you hover over them. The spacious storage chest right here for 400 credits is 50 slots. The illustrious storage chest for 600 credits is 80 slots. The golden teardrop, also for 600 credits, is 100 slots. So why would you get this one when there's this one? They're the same credit price. Go for the golden teardrop. You can put 3 of them on most houses. Salon certificates, that's if you want to change the way you look. Gender swap, if you don't like being male or female. Crest brainstorms, you'll learn about those later on. Expansion scrolls, these are the big deal right here. If we go ahead and hit I here, you see that my inventory is 50 slots. Okay? And if you're not sure how many you have, it's right up here in the top right corner. Now, to expand your inventory, you hit the expand button, and the first 50 slots that you can expand it, which will take it up to 100, you can get with gold. And it increases with each purchase. Alright? Up to 25 gold for the last 10. That's 90 to 100. Okay? From 100 to 150, you need expansion scrolls, and you need 5 of them. They're 50 credits each. On the legacy server, they're 300 credits each. That's what I was talking about. That's my big example that I always use, is those expansion scrolls. You need 10 of them per character. Okay? It's going to be 50 slots of inventory space and 50 slots of warehouse space, which we haven't come to a warehouse yet, but we will. Tag certificates, I would never pay credits for them. Alright, Hereafter Stones, also, I would never do that. The 30-day Labor Stipend, however, I would definitely do that. And I did, which is why I don't have any credits. And what that does is mine's actually out. I need to get another one. And my vocation one's almost out too. The 30-day Labor Stipend is every day for 30 days, you will get in your mailbox 3 of the 1,000 labor potions. Okay, that is going to be amazingly helpful once you get into crafting. And then the Vocation Stipend gives you 1 every day, but it also increases your max labor to 7,000, which is also going to be incredibly helpful once you get into crafting. Anywhere Warehouse and Any Post Owl, I definitely recommend having these. They're very helpful to have. Little on the steep side, but worth it in my opinion. Migration scale, you can see, and the migration scalpel, I have another video covering those. I'm not going to cover them in this one. Family growth ticket expands the number of members you can have in your family. It's already at 10. I don't see why you need to expand it further, but that's up to you. Guild name change ticket kind of speaks for itself. Gold Adventurers storage chest. Okay, now this thing is kind of important because for your other chests, let's come back over here. You can have 1 of these per property. Most properties can have 3 of these. There's a couple of properties that can have 4, and I'm not sure if there's any properties that can take more than that. So, on average, we're going to say 3 of these per property and 1 of these per property. This is another 100 slots storage chest that you can also place 1 per property. Okay, so that's another 100 slots of storage that you can get. These are the paid-to-win gardens. These are 8x8s, whereas the other ones are 16x16. That'll make more sense later. And inventory is always an issue. People are always running out of inventory. Here's the 30-day Vocation Stipend. This is the one that increases your labor pool to 7,000 and gives you 1 vocation per day. Okay, that's basically covering all this. And then you got the general, travel, housing, custom. This has a few. These are the costumes that never change. These costumes are always here. You can come in, get one of these, whichever one you like, just whatever. User image is blanks, basically, and you put your own image on it. And I do not have a video on that. I will at some point. That's not a priority to me right now. And until you have a house, it's not going to be a priority to you either. But for people who do have an interest in having customized items in their houses, this is where you find those items. Awards. You see down here, I have loyalty tokens. That's what this is. So I've got 455 loyalty tokens that I've acquired on my main, which is shared across the account. I can come here and buy certain things that I might need. Okay, this is a workers' compensation, which will give me 1,000 labor, and I can only use it once every 12 hours. Now, the labor stipend and the vocation stipend, those do not have a cooldown on them. You can use them one right after another, no problem. And so this is kind of an emergency backup thing. I wouldn't get it, but some people do. But yeah, this is where you can find other things that will be handy. Merit badge is another kind of in-game currency that you earn. We'll cover how to get that later as well. That's actually going away eventually. Slowly, but eventually it is going away. But these are the things that you can get with merit badges if you still have them. And then Gilda is just these 4 things for right now. Now, in future patches, this section of the shop will be filled with the designs for every property that you can get. So that will be convenient, is what that is. You don't have to go to Mirage Isle to get it. But that's the marketplace. That's the cash shop. Real easy stuff. Let me go ahead and right-click that guy again so we can open it up. And now I've gotten stuff that I can't even use yet. You got to be level 45, 53, and 54. So, sorry, I'm not trying to show other people on here because I don't want to cause problems. I don't want people to be upset about it. Next thing is the calendar. Okay. This has your login tracker, which you want to hit every day. Each day gives you a reward that you can use. And then every 7th, 14th, and 21st day, you get another reward. Okay. As on top of your normal clicking. So whenever I click here, the login tracker for day 7, I'll also get this. All right. Daily contracts, these are your daily quests. You want to do these every day, as many of them as you can. Some of them are a little difficult to do. I don't get all of them done every day, but I do try to get most of them done. Comes in real handy. And then events. This shows you when things are happening. When is a clear rift happening? Well, here it is. It shows you what time this is happening, and this is server time. So there it is. It's right there. When is Mist Marrow happening? Right there, and right there. Okay. There's no reason to be asking that in chat because the information's right here. You can find it under your login tracker. Again, it's this calendar right here. You click on that. This is the default page. You click your track login, open all your daily quests, go to events, and see what's happening when. It's that easy. Okay, now here's the last one. This little road sign post here. Here's where the interesting stuff is. All right. Now, this is where you can find the auction house, the arena, the marketplace mail, and the raid finder. Okay, it's not the same raid finder that you're used to in World of Warcraft, so get that idea out of your head. It does have this raid finder is like one aspect of the WoW raid finder. It's not all inclusive. So the other way to get to the auction house, you can click it here, or you can just hit P, and there's the auction house. Search for whatever you want, and I can't even use it yet because I'm under level 10. I can't even look at stuff yet. But yeah, that's the auction house. You hit P, there it is. You can go to the arena, which I can't. And the marketplace mail. Now, there's 2 different ways to get to that. Or 3 different ways. You can click here. You can do Shift B, or you can click here. That's it. Now, whenever you have items in here, all the items that you've purchased from here, or gifts that you've received, they will end up in here, and you can just click this button, and it opens all of them automatically, and you got them all. Good to go. Okay. Let's go ahead and open that. Alright, now the last one is the raid finder. You click on that. Very simple interface. Currently there are no raids going on, it looks like. But if you're wanting to join the CR or GR or Hasla or whatever raid it is you want to join, the good raid leaders will already be on top of it and have it listed here. So you just open up the raid finder, click on it, and join it. And then go to the location and do the raid. It's that simple. Let's go ahead and open this again. And we got a cloak, so let's put that on. Now, the last thing we're going to cover before we go, we're going to go ahead and hit C again. And you see this little gear that's right up here by this center icon? You go ahead and click on that. You can not show your helmet, and you can not show whatever's on your back. You can also change which variation of the costume that you want to show, because some costumes have 2 versions. Like the Tomb-Bound Wraps. The original version has cat ears and a cat tail. The alternate version does not. Simple stuff like that. But you click X to apply it. And now she no longer has a bow on her back. Much better. But that's going to do it for today, folks. If you found this helpful, informative, useful, or bored out of your mind, I don't care. Go ahead and hit that like button anyway and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye now.